Hey everyone, in this video I am going to share with you how I recently managed to double my testosterone levels in only 1 month. And at the end of the video I will give you access to the full protocol on how I did it. So if that is of interest to you, then let's dive in. Well, first of all, I want to welcome you to our garden here in rural Sweden. I'm sat under our ginormous pear tree that has hundreds of kilos of fruit on it every year. And it's the evening and it's peaceful here. So I figured I'd share something that I've been really quite obsessed about recently. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Eivind, and I've been working as a men's coach for more than a decade. And obviously it's been central for me to support men in boosting their levels of confidence, their performance, their self-awareness. Many of the things that I've been working on have been, I've taken a bit of an inner work approach. And when I truly realized how much of our problems as men can be solved simply by getting our T levels right, then it kind of blew my mind. It felt like maybe I hadn't been focusing my attention in quite the right place over the years. And so now I am. And recently, when I made that test, it turned out that I went to a lab in a local city here, and it turned out that my T levels were well under the reference range for my free testosterone, and in the lower end of the reference range for normal testosterone. And I was a bit concerned about that because last time I checked my T levels was 10 years ago and they were good. And I was wondering what's happened. Why are they so low all of a sudden? And there's a reason for that. And if you're a father, and especially if you're a father to a young child, you may know about it. It's a process in the male body called synchrony. And it's a strange mechanism in which we as men somehow synchronize with the female body. And I think evolutionarily speaking, the purpose of this was to make men more loyal to their new baby and the mother. And so basically the effect is that our T levels shrink, and they can shrink quite dramatically. This is in part why a lot of men gain weight when their wives are pregnant. I did. I was never as fat as when Michelle was pregnant. I'm way more slender now. Still have a little bit of excess weight, but it's going away as I'm addressing this testosterone. So we're going to talk about 6 supplements today. I'm going to see if I can do it in the order in which I believe they should be prioritized. And I'm very lucky in that I had in my coaching groups for men, I had the CEO of an amazing supplement company. It's called Lost Empire Herbs, and this man, the great man, Logan Christopher, he is a bit of an alchemist, and he has taken it upon himself to really find the very best materials to make the best supplements for men. And this is the first one, top of the list. Hope you can see that. Tonkat Ali. This is a root of an evergreen shrub from Southeast Asia, and it has pretty incredible testosterone boosting potential. A lot of men who go on this see significant benefit in a few weeks. And I doubled mine in a month. And these supplements were a huge part of it, but there's more to it, and I will share that in the PDF file with you at the end. So tonkatali, big deal, and it tastes like dog shit, but it's worth it. Number 2, pine pollen. Yeah, it literally is the yellow stuff that comes from mature pine cones. And pine pollen is full of phytoandrogens, I believe. And it actually has literally testosterone in it, which means that you will be able to boost your T levels immediately. But it's important to know that when you add testosterone with pine pollen, that doesn't mean that your body's ability to produce testosterone increases. So this is like a temporary boost that will make you feel better for a period of time. But my gut sense is that you really shouldn't make yourself dependent on adding testosterone from the outside. Now, I know there's plenty of people who are praising testosterone replacement therapy, but I would prefer personally to deal with my low T levels in a more natural way, in a more self-sustaining way, that my body can do it on its own. Then you have Fedosia agrestis. Now, unfortunately, Lost Empire Herbs, they don't have this one, but it's a pretty incredible shrub from Nigeria that has, well, quite powerful testosterone boosting potential. So that is number 3 on my list, Fedosia agrestis. Number 4 is Shilajit. Again, this particular package is not from Lost Empire Herbs, but no doubt Lost Empire Herbs are going to have a better quality product. Now, Shilajit is a sticky substance found on rocks in the Himalayas, and it's quite widely used in Ayurveda. It's considered medicine. And it's the substance itself, it's another thing that tastes like dog shit. And it's said to develop over centuries through the slow decomposition of plants. Seems to be that, yeah, there's various theories about exactly how it's made, I guess, because it takes such a long time. But it can raise your testosterone, it can treat chronic fatigue, and I once had chronic fatigue, actually. I didn't know about Shilajit at that point. Allegedly, it can prevent Alzheimer, slow aging, and more. So it's a bit of a wonder drug. Number 5 on the list is this one. Cistange tuberosa. This is a unique plant. It's a desert plant. It is kind of a parasitic plant, so it takes nutrients and water from the roots of other plants. Very interesting. One of the things that is remarkable about it is that it can actually increase hypertrophy, which is muscle gain. When you wear down your muscle fibers, your body builds them back up. That's hypertrophy. You actually build them up a little bit bigger. And it's also known to reduce muscle breakdown. So allegedly positive for testosterone and for strength training. Cistange tuberosa, number 5. And then finally, 6 on my list is called testosterone. Testosterone. This is actually a steroid. It's a steroid hormone that is found in certain insects and plants that apparently works much like anabolic steroids, but without any of the side effects because the receptors used are different. And it means that it supports muscle growth and recovery. And yeah, it doesn't seem to actually support testosterone production very well, but it was part of a package for men that I bought from this online pharmacy. And since it has such positive effects on muscle growth and recovery, I think it's worth considering, because the bigger your muscles become and the less body fat you have, the higher your testosterone levels will get. So it's a bit of an indirect way to higher testosterone levels. So all in all, that's a lot. That's 6 different ones. And if you want, you can take them all at once. You can make a foul-tasting cocktail with all these, even though these are in pill form, so I just take them as pills. And you will be able to find more information about them online. I want to share one more thing though. Testosterone comes in 2 forms. And it is testosterone and then it's free testosterone. When you go to a lab, you will probably measure both. You may also end up measuring something called sex hormone binding globulin, because SHBG is actually a protein that is produced in the liver that encapsulates your testosterone and transports it to the tissues where it's needed. But it can't actually be utilized while it's encapsulated in this protein, probably because it's too big. It can't penetrate the membrane of the cell where the receptor for the testosterone is. And so then it needs to be actually detached. The testosterone needs to be detached from the protein, the SHBG protein. And then the testosterone can penetrate the cell. And it is said to be possible to reduce the amount of SHBG with boron supplementation. Personally, I didn't have tremendous positive effect from this, but I think my dosage was a little bit too small. And so going forwards, I'm going to get another delivery of boron, maybe as part of a multivitamin for men who are 40 plus. And I'd be curious to see if my SHBG goes down so that my free testosterone will go up, because you want to have reasonable levels of free testosterone, because that is what will actually be used by your cells. And you know, it's a shame to have all of this testosterone encapsulated and being rendered useless to your body. So I hope that's helpful. These are merely the supplements that I took. It's nasty. I don't like the taste of these. The capsules, obviously, they don't taste much. But when you blend, shall we say, pine pollen, shilajit, Tongkat Ali in one drink, make sure to have something tasty at hand, so that once you drink it, stir it well. It's quite hard to blend it properly, but stir it well and just chug it down like that and eat something sweet, something that tastes a bit nice, because if your supplements are anything like mine, they taste like dog shit. So I hope it was helpful to be introduced to these 6 supplements that worked so well for me. I think they will work well for you as well. You may choose to prioritize them in a different order than I did, but definitely get some Tongkat Ali. Definitely. Yeah, I think that is the most important one. But yeah, I did more than this. One of the things I did was that I fasted to reduce my excess body fat, because excess body fat is associated with drops in testosterone. And I focused in on sleep, I focused in on weapons training, I focused in on status, all typical masculine qualities that we may or may not agree with on an emotional level, but it doesn't really matter, because our body, our biology is designed in this way. And so when you sort of climb the status hierarchy, your testosterone increases. And you may use that to your advantage, even though you may not currently feel like you're high up on the status hierarchy, or maybe you do. your T levels will to some extent reflect that for sure. So because I didn't want to put out everything in this video, and these videos can easily become long, I want to share the PDF file that I shared with men on Facebook a little while ago, where I outlined the whole protocol that I used myself. It's entirely free, and I hope it's helpful for you, because it's really reduced so many of my mysterious challenges. I was experiencing low-level background anxiety more than I used to, and it didn't feel like it was my anxiety in a way. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but kind of like a chemical imbalance. But it was a low testosterone. It's a symptom of low testosterone. And your confidence levels will go down, your cognitive clarity will go down with low testosterone. There's a lot of problems, and I'd love to help you reduce some of those. So go to the URL that's on the screen. It's also in the show notes. And I did decide with the men on Facebook that I don't want to share this report with that many people just yet, because it's not the final version of this work that I want to share with the world. This is just what I did, how I doubled my testosterone in just a month. I didn't actually know that that would be possible, but it worked. And I'm going to leave it out until the end of Sunday for that reason, so that I can come back with an even better report later. And if you're too late, just go to the URL that was there, and you can put your email on an interest list and wait for the next version of it. So that's all I have. May the testosterone be with you, and may you find that the increases in T levels that you're about to experience, especially if you go purchase those Lost Empire herbs supplements, then your life will be significantly better. So I put a discount code on the screen right now, and please use the link that's in the show notes for this. I'm in a partnership with Lost Empire Herbs, and I've had a great working relationship with CEO Logan Christopher. So I'd love for you to say hi to him and enjoy those supplements. Good luck, and let me know how this goes in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.